Hi, I'm back again. I just wanted to show you the second box in the advent calendar. This little one here is what I call the sandwich box. I can't remember where I got this one from. It was off Pinterest, and like I said, there's the larger one in it, and I just made it smaller so that it could hang on the tree and be an interesting little box for someone to open. Feels quite nice with quite a few Smarties in it. So when you open it, it just opens like that. So you can see there's a nice decent little size cavity inside it. So it's really cool. And this one's number 2. So I'll just pop that to one side and we'll get started. Now I'm using cardstock today, and we're going to be stamping it with the Swirling Stars one. This is $4.50 and it's a beautiful little stamp. And we're just going to, I'm using crystal blue ink. And as you can see, you just do it like that. So instead of watching me go all the way around, oh, here's one I prepared earlier. Ooh, yeah. I'll move the ink out of the way and we'll get ready on scoring. But it is a lovely stamp set, and it makes a really gorgeous swirling pattern all over the paper. So we'll get started on our scoring. Just take out that and put in this one. Right, so we're going to score it. I've got all my measurements. So we're going to score it on the long side at 3/8 of an inch. So that one's just there. That's your first score. You could score it back on the other side if it makes it easier for you. And then 2 1/8. And 3 7/8. And 5 5/8. 5 5/8. That's it. So that's done. Now you turn it to the short side, which is, oh, I forgot to tell you, that's 4 inches by 6 inches, this piece of cardstock. And you're going to score it at 1 1/2. And 2 1/2 inches. And that's it there. So we'll move that out of the way. Now we're going to burnish and fold all the score lines, and then we're going to add some more score lines. Well, they're actually going to be cutting lines this time. Now the 2 little end ones fold back on themselves. And then the others fold in. I wish I could remember who made this box up first, but I can't. Right, so it sits like that. Then we're going to take our ruler. Oh, I forgot to do another thing. We're going to lay it back in and go back to, now we're going to measure it in at 1 1/4 inches. And that will give us our center point, and we're just going to make a tiny little mark at either point. That gives us the center of each one of these panels. And the next one is at 3 inches. So just a little mark at the top, and then the next one is 4 3/4 inches. So that just gives us these little marks here at the top, because we're going to then do a diagonal score line using the ruler. And I don't know what I've done with my other score, but we will use the bone folder. So from that point that you've made down to the intersecting score lines here, I'm just going to do a diagonal line. This is going to be cut away. My scoring skills are rubbish. My light's not the best in here today, I'm sorry to say. It's extremely early in the morning before I rush off to get the grandkids. I thought I'll quickly whip one out for you, because by the time they get here, nothing will happen for the rest of the day. couldn't see it. It's a very easy little box to make actually. This is the hardest part to it, is just drawing these lines. But once you've got it, you'll love it. There we go. So that's all you need to do. I don't know if you can see the lines, but what we're going to do now is cut them away. So where you've got your little line here, you'll cut down to that score line, and then you'll just cut along that line. I mean, you could do it in pencil, but then you've got to rub it out if you don't cut it off properly. Straight, old girl. So this is all you do. There's only a couple of boxes in here that actually take the longest to make. Some of them are really quick and really simple for our little advent tree. And you repeat that step on the other side. Just following the score line and just cut away. I got this box from Pinterest anyway, like everything else. But I just adapt them to what I want them to look like. That one will have to go on the side, I'll put that a bit crooked. There. So that's all done. Now we're just going to get a corner rounder. Just tuck that side in. Poke him in. And just round the corner. Flip it over to the other side. So it just gives it a nice rounded top when it's closed, instead of that squarish look. So just do the other one. And then we'll be ready to put it together. Right. So what we're going to do now is add adhesive. We're going to add adhesive to, now that's what it looks like when it's cut, okay? So when it's cut and when it's folded, it'll look like that. So we're going to add adhesive to these two panels here. Gee, this wasn't a good choice, was it? Blue on blue. Now you need to do it to both of them. And then you'll swing, press those up and swing them inside these first two, just like that, and stick them down. Take your fingers. Right, now with these two here, you can put that straight in, but I always find it just not quite right, so I always clip just the points off, just like that, and then that will fold together just like that. Then you're going to take a 1/8 of an inch punch, and punch a hole in there. See that? Punch a hole. Then we'll take a piece of just the gold and the white twine and tie a knot in it. This bit can be as long or as short as you like. And then we'll just thread through the little hole and up and around, so that it secures it there. And then we've got a number 2 now. The number 2 goes onto the opening side, which is the back of the box. Just add a bit of glue onto it. And I'm sorry, Shelley Hannah, I've used all your numbers. I'm going to have to make up some new ones for you. That's onto there. And then we're just going to add the silver one to the other side. When I've shown the girls, we've just made them in the red and the ruby and sea glass. But I thought every time we make something, it's always just a template for you to go home, and like a prototype, so you can go home and recreate it again in the papers that you want. So there you have it. There's the little box. And there is the original. And I hope you like this little video. So till next time, keep on creating and bye for now.